In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast.
Fuck boys.
All right, it's time.
Yeah. Don't be excited.
You gotta. Okay, I need a good dad joke now.
You need a good dad joke now.
Yeah.
The first one was good.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a dad joke so much as it's just a joke.
That's probably why it's good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Good dad joke.
Anyways.
Yeah, fucking put me on the spot and I'm all fucked up.
No.
Jesus.
Oh. My email did get hacked though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were sending out, you know those like discount Ray-Ban
Yeah.
commercial things that they send to everybody
Yeah.
or whatever? Mine got hacked, but it was for all these like discounted steaks and whatever.
Yeah.
So if you get an email from me, don't open it. It's just spam. Is that better?
So bad. And with that,
Yeah, with that, we're out. See you guys next week.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
the abbreviated.
Anyways, fuck boys. This is the Freedom Friends podcast. Today we've got Scott, John, Big Jim. Always good to see you, buddy.
Thanks, pal.
And Mikey's off in Florida falling out of airplanes, so he won't be here. And we are in a new permanent space temporary set.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
If you're watching, you'll know. If you're listening,
watching. Yeah,
not
it
that
doesn't
you
fucking
never
matter to you. But because the Warfighter boys have a new home.
do.
Hey. And they're still letting us take up space in their warehouse. So
It feels like less space now, though.
In here?
Yeah.
Less than we had in the other spot?
No, less than we're taking up.
Yes.
up.
Very
yeah.
much so.
Yeah.
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 It's not a quarter of the building anymore.
Right.
very true. But so if you're watching this,
This is the inaugural,
this is
podcast
the
of the
break-in on
new
the new space. So
That's
it's,
it.
but not the setup. So
Right.
not really. The
You know what's funny? If you go back and you watch the beginning episodes that we put out, it looks better than this.
yeah, 100%. Oh yeah. I was talking to Justin about that before we started, and I was like, "This is by far the worst the set's ever looked."
You know, we do have 3 cameras, though, where before we only had 1.
It's true. Oh no, it's a very technically proficient shitty setup.
We also have decent chairs instead of
Bar stools.
whatever the fuck we were using.
We had bar
Yeah,
stools.
bar
initially.
stools, yeah.
I liked those bar stools.
Well, the bar stools were okay. But I'm talking about the folding chairs there for a while sucked.
Till the one with the broken footrest kept
Yeah.
making the round robin on whoever sat down first. It was like,
right.
nope.
But yeah, we have a folding table.
It works.
Granted, it's a large folding
It
table.
is. We got all kinds of elbow room.
Yeah.
That's good. We're good.
We're set.
Yeah.
It works. We've got microphones and cigars. It's a mediocre podcast. What do you? It's a mediocre
And,
setup.
and falling fast. So
Truth. Truth.
no, everything's packed up, and
Yeah. So no, we're all excited for you guys.
podcast guy
This
back
is
there will
awesome.
be happy when he can lay down all his wiring permanently.
By next week, we'll have this set up back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it should be a quicker setup after that and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
this is a 1 step backwards, 2 step forwards kind of situation.
Yeah.
And with
So
So anyway.
Yeah.
What'd you guys do this weekend?
I painted.
You know what? We don't care. John and I got to shoot pigs out of a helicopter, and it was fucking
I was
awesome.
waiting for that. How was it?
It was fucking awesome.
Because I saw the
pretty
video with
fun.
the grin on your face.
Yeah, no, it was. You know, there's very few times in my life that I've felt cool, and all of them have included a helicopter and a firearm and imminent death.
Yeah.
So this was probably one of those times.
Well, I mean, it wasn't like the pigs were going to come get you.
I meant for them,
them.
not for me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, the other times it could have been a little too.
It was more of a 2-way range, but yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they got pissed off, they might have been like Jaws and like.
They didn't stand a chance. No. They really didn't. It was. I don't want to sit in a blind ever again. To hunt
Yeah,
pigs.
God, this
Like,
kind
it
of
ruined it.
It may have ruined all hunting for me from now on, but
I need to be moving.
No, it was
It
awesome.
looks
We got a
really
chance to
cool.
go down to the Womack Ranch with Hero Sports. So they were doing so twice a year they have to do a deer survey because their ranch is so big they use a helicopter. So they fly around the entire ranch and they count the herds and they split them up between does, young bucks, older bucks, and fawns. Write it all down. And so after they got done doing the deer survey, they're like, hey, y'all get in a helicopter and go smack some pigs. Like, okay.
Hard sell.
Right.
Yeah.
And they did.
So we flew around for about 35 minutes.
Yeah.
And between the two of us, we got about 20 hogs. So,
Not bad.
No,
Yeah.
it was fun.
It was fun.
The first couple took more rounds than the last couple.
How many rounds did you guys spend all told?
I think for killing 20 hogs, I think we went through about 70 rounds.
Yeah.
So
And the majority of them were on the first 8 pigs.
well, if I shot a pig, I shot him again because I was in a helicopter with a gun and
Might as well.
might as well. So I wasn't really trying to go for a low round count. So
No. But the first couple it was 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds. You're like, I got him. And then the last one, it was 1. You're like, oh, whoops. Bang. Hit.
Well, I was going to say, that's got to have a little bit of a warm up to it. Just getting
once
used
you-
to the
once
fact
you
that
figure it out,
the bird's moving and all that kind of stuff. But
yeah.
They got low though. I didn't realize how low they got over the pigs for you guys to kind of do your thing.
If I had to guess, probably 50 feet.
Maybe even a little bit lower than that. But
One
yeah,
of
probably
your
somewhere
videos
between
looked
yeah, it
30
doesn't,
and 50.
it doesn't fly super high.
No.
Yeah.
There's some of the grass that we were in. It was 4-foot grass. And so you see a little opening and it's oh, pig. And then all you see is the grass move. And you're just shooting it right at the head of where the grass is moving.
And then instead of the grass moving, the grass just wiggled in one place for a while. So that was kind of cool.
Got him.
The only thing I'm disappointed about when you are shooting pigs from a helicopter is you cannot hear them squeal.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe you could, but you can't.
No.
Yeah.
Well, we had headsets and everything
Yeah,
on too.
yeah.
So
Well, helicopters aren't exactly quiet.
They're not. No.
no.
I'm sorry that
They make a bit of
things
noise.
could have been any more sick and twisted.
I mean, right.
Yeah, that's what you want. Man.
Yeah. I'm sure it happened. I just didn't hear it.
Moving on.
And being a gun guy, I was surprised at how well a Full Metal Jacket 5.56 killed a pig from the top.
Right.
It
It did the trick.
yeah, it did. So
I was going to ask that whether or not it was it. So it wasn't one of the automatics. It was a personal weapon.
We had
yeah, I use the
the
MCX.
we had an opportunity to run a full auto M16. It's I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Well, because there's some of those helicopter hunts here where you go and
Yeah.
you're just shooting automatics from a helicopter. And if you take out pigs, great. But
Yeah.
No, I think I'd rather do it. I mean, one shot, one kill kind of thing,
Yeah,
just
it
to kind of
was
hone
fun.
in your
Yeah.
Even if it is grass that's moving and not
Totally
moving
cheating,
and not
but it was
screaming.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
they all need to be eradicated.
They
Those
do.
fucking hogs are a menace.
They're horrible and they don't eat well. It's kind of gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just vermin eradication.
Yeah, we were just feeding the alligators. So
Pretty
Which
much.
apparently there's thousands, according to
Hundreds.
well,
But
that's
there's
bad enough.
pretty much every body of water on that ranch, and that ranch is huge. It's 9,000 acres.
Yeah, nope.
Has at least one gator in it. There's one that has a fucking shitload. I don't
I
even
think
know.
he said 300 in the
They
one
counted hundreds in one day just watching. But yeah,
Nope.
no. It was funny too. I think it was last year, or the year before. I was down there for one of the gator hunts, and they're like, "Hey, we got a fucking swimming hole. You guys want to go swimming?" And I'm like, "There's no alligators in it." And I'm like, "Bullshit."
Yeah.
Bullshit. I don't believe you. Like, how do you know there's no alligators in
Is
it?
it
You can't
fenced?
see the bottom.
No.
Yeah.
You put your finger in, your finger disappears. You're like, nope, not getting
Which
in
is
that.
reason one not to go swimming in it.
Not getting in that.
Yeah,
I don't care how
believe you.
fucking hot it is.
No.
I don't believe you. And I don't fuck around with animals that haven't had to evolve since dinosaurs were on the earth. Like,
Or that have a mouth that can swallow my leg and I can't see them.
Yeah.
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 Like, mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
They do catch a lot of fucking catfish down there.
Holy
though.
shit, they do. They're so good.
Yeah. They fed us catfish and god damn it. They made hush puppies with sweet corn. Oh my god, they were delicious.
I love a good hush puppy.
All right.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we went on an airboat ride
Yeah.
and could have drove it down this fucking street.
Seriously. Right down
It's
the
like
highway.
going up and over like berms and roads and into the other body of water, and it didn't care. It was pretty cool boat.
Yeah.
And you just went full Burt Reynolds while you were down there.
Yeah, I know, right? Like,
Oh, and we burned 60 acres.
oh yeah, it lit on fire.
That was really fun.
Basically had a full
That was all
redneck
one.
weekend.
That was like 8 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
The helicopter hunt, the airboats,
fire,
lighting shit on
cigars,
fire.
Yeah.
shooting shit.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good.
So anyway, what did you guys do this weekend?
Nothing like that. I got painted.
But half my weekend with him and half my weekend with you when you did come back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Friday we got together and went and had some drinks and stuff like that. And other than that, I fucking painted walls all weekend.
Fun.
We painted the ground.
Yeah. Try to make some grass grow.
I think you guys did. I think you succeeded. So, but speaking of grass grow, apparently we're on Ukraine invasion watch part fucking 20.
Yeah, this was supposed to happen on like Tuesday.
Oh Jesus!
Like it was like the thing is like they're going to invade on Tuesday, and I was like, who the fuck announces an invasion?
Yeah, well, that and like I'm still trying to figure out if I actually give a fuck or not.
Besides the gas going up, kind of don't.
Yeah, but I don't want my kids to go to war with Russia.
I know,
and I don't really care about Ukraine. I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know. Should I care?
No.
Should I not care? I don't know.
Besides gas going up, I don't know. I kind of hope. I mean, if this is going to happen, I kind of want to see the Russians jump. Like, I want to see them do a full mass attack. That would be kind of cool.
I think it'd be really cool to see the Ukrainian civilian population laying
and then
waste
have to
some.
fight like a
yeah.
Just
There's a lot of
straight guerrilla warfare.
Yeah, there's a lot of U.S. guys running around helping out. It's like a guy, Ranger Bat dude, a couple other guys that are running around helping, like training the civilians and shit. Plus what we're doing unofficially, but still, there's a lot of people looking to go have fun over there. I mean, I guess.
I just don't know if I care or not.
Gas is gonna go up though.
The problem is it seems like a whole lot of sword rattling.
Well, but it seems like we're like our government's the only one that really cares.
Yeah,
Germany doesn't seem to care.
Because they could get all their fucking fuel from them.
Well, yeah, I know, but like, why should we give a fuck?
Because the rest of the world understands that the UN sanctioning that would happen against Russia is going to keep Russia in check. Because it would literally, the UN's already said, like, if you do this, we will shut you down globally. You'll have no trade. Yeah. You'll have no import, no export. Like, we will shut you down.
That's why they're signing contracts with the Chinese right now, like hand over fist, all the fuel and stuff that they're trying to do natural gas contracts, stuff with the Chinese. Because
we're going to shut you down globally.
Yeah, I heard that if they just ban them from using Swift Bank, it'll drop the GDP of Russia by 5%. Just that one thing. I was like, oh.
He's got to do it fast, and he's got to do it when oil is, $100. It's like $97 a barrel right now. And to be able to fund this war machine, but he can't they cannot afford to
See, I call bullshit on them not being able to afford it, right? Because let me say you're Russia and you're looking at the United States and like those guys are trillions and trillions of dollars in debt. How could they afford to go to war? But God damn it, if we wanted to go to war, we would figure it out. And
right.
I think Russia's probably in the same boat.
It'd have to be quick, and what they can't afford to do is have to occupy the Ukraine. They're gonna do what they're gonna do and then pull back enough, and then
I think they're just gonna take parts of it. Yeah, they can't do a full on. And you know how the Russians are, man.
Well, it's very close to the whole.
They're going to kill a whole lot of people who don't necessarily we're pretty hep to now, especially now, avoiding civilian casualties. If they lay siege to Kiev, they're going to be there's going to be nothing left. So they're trying to avoid all that. I don't know. I just don't want gas to go to $5 a gallon. Other than that, I don't care. Okay, they got nothing wrong with the Russians. They're men. We've talked about this before.
Yeah, and I would like to hang out with Russians.
But it does. My whole thing with that is I'm kind of a shit or get off the pot kind of situation with this now. Is I'm like, either do it or don't. But stop all this fucking.
I think he's fucking with them.
I'm gonna do it. No, I'm just kidding. They're just fucking either do it or don't.
They're moving tanks. They're 2 miles from the border. Oh God, Jesus.
Yeah.
What if it's just a training exercise, and Putin's just let's see if I can just fuck with everyone for a little bit.
I kind of think he's doing that.
Let's see what they're really gonna do. I'm just gonna move a couple 100,000 troops. We'll just yearly training.
Yeah. Well, a lot of their exercises were tied to moving guys up and doing stuff anyway.
We just want to see what would happen if we got really close to doing it.
Yeah. What's the reaction from everybody else? Oh, that's it? Okay. This gives me a better idea.
Yeah. It's like having that fucking girlfriend that tests you. It's like, what would you do if I did this? It's
yeah, well. Women. Anyway, boys, I just don't want gas to go to $120 a barrel. Other than that,
yeah, that would suck.
I don't care. This is the dead month anyway. We have other things to get onto. Yeah. The river, drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for the river to get back on.
As long as vodka doesn't go up, I'm fine.
Well, I don't like. We don't.
Michelle drinks a lot of vodka.
Yeah, but she doesn't drink like she drinks like domestic vodka.
Yeah, but you don't drink. You don't.
It's not like
you
she
don't
has to
drink
have. It's like
Russian
Stoli
vodka,
or
though,
die
right?
kind of thing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You drink like Tito's. Because Tito's is made in like fucking Austin.
So unless they're dropping into
Kettle
like
One and Deep
Buda,
Eddies.
yeah.
Neither of which are made in Russia.
Yeah, so I
you're
guess we
fine.
don't care.
Yeah, we're good.
So there we go. That was a completely.
And Russia doesn't make whiskey, so
Unless they cut 35, like they drop paratroopers on 35, and there's no Tito's coming out of fucking.
If that happened,
take the back roads.
if that happened, they would all die very quickly.
I don't know. I think it would improve.
Can you imagine a Red Dawn scenario today?
No.
if Russia
It'd be
bombed?
I mean, I could, but it'd be 36 hours.
If Russia bombed 35, it would speed up the construction process. Like, oh fuck! Look,
This fucking road is clear right now. I mean, the only obstacle is like a bomber or two. Like, I'm fine with this. It's better than stopped fucking traffic.
it gives a whole new definition to
I just have to
speed
get off-
monitored by aircraft.
There's just a bomber in the way, and it's like, so I get off on 178, ride the access road to 180, get back on, it's
They
fine.
can't hit the toll road though. Like leave the toll road alone. I can go 80 on the toll road. without
We
getting
tried today. Jesus Christ.
Is it bad?
People are driving 60 on the 80.
Idiot.
So pissed.
Really?
Oh, my, pulling trailers and shit.
Getting
Get the fuck out the way.
blown by like the sheriff's deputies going like 95.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Mix up apparently for today. But yeah,
And my truck, I think I said 84. It tops out at 87.
Oh, okay.
So.
it gets there quick though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's not a problem.
Well, that thing's pure torque.
Yeah. The fuel mileage at 87 though is pretty fucking miserable.
Is it going like?
You're just watching the needle just.
It's as bad as pulling a heavy fucking big trailer at about 65.
Jeez.
So yeah.
But you got fucking gears in there though.
Yeah.
You're running super high RPMs.
Yeah. Yeah, I think on that I got about 14 miles a gallon around that toll.
Man, on the highway
It's
the other
comfortable
day.
though. Your truck is very like. I
Yeah,
couldn't
it's-
go long distance because I'd be like, you know, it doesn't shimmy, it doesn't shake, it just friggin' rolls.
You don't feel shit in it.
You don't feel shit in it. I mean, I guess if you're pulling a trailer,
Yeah, granted, I think I've
it's
ridden
actually
it for like
better-
4 miles.
It's
but-
actually better pulling a trailer.
I don't know. I like that thing. I like John's too.
I was on the highway the other day, and there was some big lifted something or another that
He wasn't. I bet you wasn't driving an asshole now that you have a pickup though.
no, he was driving like an asshole. That's what I'm getting to. And he's weaving in and out of people, some big lifted diesel, and he's weaving in and out of shit. And he gets up behind this. What's the little Porsche SUV?
Cayenne.
Like the
No, that's the
Cayenne?
big one. I think it's the Macan
Oh,
or whatever's
yeah.
the little
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
He gets up behind this little Porsche SUV, and the Porsche's doing like 80. And I know it was doing 80 because I was doing 80.
Yeah.
And he's like right on his bumper. And there's somebody, we're on 1604, so it's only 2 lanes. And this guy's weaving in and out, and he gets up behind this thing and lays into his horn, and he's hooked up air horns on his diesel, so it just sounds like a train horn going off. And this Porsche right next to him was like a pest control truck, and this Porsche just sat there and paced the pest control truck. Just so this dude did. He's sitting there laying on this horn, and every time the guy would lay into his horn, both cars would just slow down a little bit. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly how you treat these people. Like, where are you going that's so fucking important that you need to be doing 95 miles an
Maybe
hour?
that guy needs to go someplace because I'm on the other guy's side.
No.
Get out of the way.
This guy was just a dick.
Just get out of. Maybe he's from Massachusetts. He's probably from Massachusetts.
He was just a dick.
Not with that fucking.
He had it going.
But Jesus.
Can you shift into 4-wheel drive at 80? Because you could have just gone over the little Porsche.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's only one way to find out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. It was
That lift kit probably cost as much as a fucking Porsche did.
it was pretty funny. And then so the Porsche finally moved and he came around and it was dead stop traffic on 1604 anyway, so it was just stuck there.
Fucking pissed.
And I was like,
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you might be able to get around me, but then I'll just follow you for the next 45 miles,
Yeah.
going 25. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
The traffic here is so bad.
Yeah. That's why it's like people like that are driving like a complete asshole in 1604. I'm like, so you can get to the traffic faster than me? Like, we're still going to be sitting here together. Like, I'm not getting anywhere sooner than I am.
Right.
You're just that fucking guy now.
Jim, you have a guilty look on your face right now.
Well, I'm the guy that wants to go fucking 95, so leave me alone, you know. No, I mean, you don't know what I've got to do.
Yeah,
I might have to take I might have to poop.
Right?
And you got to go. What am I supposed to do? You know,
Yeah.
I got to get to my bidet, so I got to go home.
Right.
Yeah. You know, I may not have wet wipes.
I'm not using a peasant toilet.
I don't, why would I do that?
I need to spray my butthole.
I'm surprised Buc-ee's doesn't have bidets.
They've got the best shitters, but yeah, there's
Yeah.
no, like that's the next logical step, though.
Just bidets.
Have you ever shit in a fucking Buc-ee's?
Yeah.
They're fucking. You get hand sanitizer. You get everything. And
Every single stall has a hand sanitizer on it.
everything, and then it's locked, so you can just blow that fucker up, and nobody knows what you're doing in there. You
Now
can
they have that-
murder somebody.
Now they have that
Nobody
red
knows.
light, green light system.
Yeah.
Where the lights are red if it's locked. So you don't even have to like check the stall doors.
So it took me a couple trips to get going into Buc-ee's to figure that out. Because I was just like going down, checking all the handles.
yeah, they're lit
Yeah.
up top.
And the second time I walked in, I went to go do it again. And there was like a guy in there cleaning. And he's like, no. And he points up and I'm like, oh, like I fucking get
It's
it.
fucking brilliant.
But it is.
That shit
The
on the
next
highway.
logical step is like the bidet.
Do you really want a communal bidet though?
No,
Well,
I sure don't.
It's hot.
I don't.
They have it in the airport in Narita in freaking Tokyo. That was like the best thing in the world because like I don't like shitting on airplanes because that goes wrong in a whole different way.
The Japanese are weird in a lot of ways.
They're
though.
so fucking weird, but they've got you get to walk on fucking your aircraft, the fucking nice shiny asshole. It's fucking great.
Oh, John, Michelle and I figured out what we're going to label the bathrooms because she said
Okay.
she said we need to keep one a woman's bathroom. So, being in the woke culture that we are, it should be dicks or guys
Yeah.
or traditional guys or anybody who identifies as whatever as long as they have a penis.
Yeah.
You have vaginas, which is it doesn't matter what you identify as. If you have a vagina, you use that one. And then
Okay.
the one out here is a community one, and we call it assholes. Everybody's got an asshole.
That's true.
Right? So we got dicks, vaginas, and assholes
Okay.
for bathrooms.
We can do one like stand up and sit down.
No.
No, just dicks and vaginas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is the full service one. I like this
Stand
one.
up and sit down. It leaves room for interpretation.
Yeah.
Then there can be a woke argument around this, right?
Or what if a chick
Dicks-
likes to pee standing up?
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's what I'm referring to. If
Well,
you
there's
have
a urinal in this one.
it's true. That's why you call it asshole. I mean, yeah, you can go in there. And if you're so woke you don't know which one of those two to use and you have to use the assholes one, it's properly named.
There's a bar in North Carolina I used to go to that their bathrooms were labeled poles and holes.
Yeah, perfect.
Can't do that anymore.
And there was a pool hall.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, you can't. It just, you know, you would think some of these deep red states you can get away with shit, and then you hear fucking stories. I don't know.
I'm going to get away with it.
Well, here you will.
Let me hear a story. My HR department, I know where to put that.
Yeah.
The closet in between the two bathrooms.
Right.
I think I'm just going to label mine poop room.
The poop room.
Yeah, just poop room.
Yeah.
Was
How
it
many-
men's or women's? Do you shit? Like, that's
I'm not going to be shitting in your place because you don't have a bidet. So.
So speaking of shit,
Segue.
yeah. So there's an article I read earlier today saying that the FDA is considering a fourth dose of the COVID-19 vaccine and making it annual shots.
Of course they are.
like a flu shot?
Yeah.
Why get off the fucking money train?
Yeah.
That's really what it
keep
comes
it
down to.
alive.
Because clearly they've already said like, hey, it doesn't really work for these new variants. So
And these new variants aren't really bad enough where you actually need it. So let's just make it required yearly.
Yeah, everybody's kind of. Boston just dropped their vaccine mandate, so now you can go into restaurants without having to show
yeah.
bullshit. And
Oh, that's nice of them.
When cities like Boston and stuff are going like, all right, fucking enough's enough. Like,
well, so they had an old mayor who was like, "That's fucking bullshit," and then she got voted out. She was a
Yeah.
Dem by somebody even more woke, and they got a new one who was like, "Oh, we're going to do that." So they did it for a couple of months, but everybody's basically. Even DC, I think, is like, we're not doing this shit anymore.
Yeah.
Basically, it's Joe Biden who's like holding on fucking for dear life.
well, it's
In a lot of ways.
Well,
when you run on that stance, like when that was like your major platform was like, we're going to fix this. And it's like, oh, wait, you can't fix this. It's like,
Whatever happened to student loan forgiveness?
I'm still waiting on that one.
fucking paid mine off, so fuck.
Well, the government sold mine.
Oh, to
My student loans
To China?
no, to some fucking other independent loan company now. I'm like, so my federal student loan is no longer held by the Fed?
Right.
How the fuck does that work? I purposely didn't get private loans, but like,
yeah. Well, I mean, that's it. They sell all this stuff, and that's why now they're saying like the housing bubble. And I mean, it's lucky that everybody bought when we all did.
Yeah.
So we all got like, so, I don't know. Stay liquid. And probably should come to Freedom Friends for financial advice. However,
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
Just stay liquid. He means drink a lot.
Yeah, just drink more.
That's really
That's
all.
the fancy way of saying drink on.
Yeah.
yeah,
stay liquid.
stay liquid. I don't know. Well, fellas, there has to be something more exciting than Russia, COVID,
Yeah.
and speeding unnecessarily, and bidets. And I
Right.
know there has to be something.
What else is in the news?
Did y'all hear about the rocket, the Chinese rocket that was supposed to hit the moon?
That they launched like 15 years ago?
Everybody
Yeah.
blamed
that's fine.
Elon Musk at first. Like it's a fucking
Wait, what happened?
SpaceX rocket. They launched like 15 years ago, and it's just been in this really fucked up like oval orbit around the U.S. or around the U.S. the fucking world and the moon. And then some fucking scientist figured out like mathematically that eventually it's just like on a certain day in a certain time frame and in this couple hour window, it's going to smack into the moon. And so at first everyone's like, oh, what the fuck? And they're like, yeah, it was SpaceX rocket. And everyone's like, fuck him and fuck and they're just letting all this shit fly everywhere. And then they realized like other articles and research came out and they're like, yeah, this isn't the first time it's happened. This happened actually like quite a few times that they purposefully smack shit into the moon and leave it there.
In reality, why would anybody care if a rocket hit the moon?
But then I guess they backtraced the orbit of everything and found out that it was a Chinese rocket. And they're like, oh, yeah, Elon, hey, sorry, man.
It's like I wasn't doing this 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
He's like, I don't put rockets in space. I put convertibles.
yeah, when a convertible hits the moon, then you gotta be.
Yeah, then you can talk to me. I don't even think that he put that one in orbit. I think he literally he just launched that bitch off into oblivion.
Yeah.
they're not going to be launching anything from here, are they? When he builds his
No, they're just making cars here.
Trucks.
Really?
Cybertruck.
The Cybertruck.
Drove
That's
past it today.
The big fucking building.
It's big.
Yeah, well, yeah. They're all here. I mean, everybody who's in Palo Alto is here now.
It's
So
a big goddamn building. Well, they're building a whole community out there too, and like it's
just they're all going to be where are they going to drink and eat? Where we all hang out.
I don't hang out in Austin.
No, but they're going to be coming down.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, we do.
now they'll build all new infrastructure out there. That much money moving in because everybody
They
that
will.
works there makes fucking cash. So enterprising individuals are going to go open restaurants and bars and all that shit out there.
Well, I'm assuming Colin Buter, Circuit of the Americas, that'll get even bigger than it already is. So
Because that's what needs to happen. Coda needs to be more expensive. Coda's so fucking expensive.
What's that?
Circuit of the Americas.
Oh,
the F1 track up there.
when they bring the Formula One, because like Mercedes, it's not even Mercedes anymore. It's whoever the fuck. They bring all their own vehicles in, so it's not you won't see an American. You won't even see an American ambulance. It'll be a Mercedes ambulance.
Oh, really?
And then when you walk around, like they're all the security people are all Germans. And
Well, yeah, because
you know how
the American F1 team, I don't think exists anymore. I think they shut down. Haas
Yeah.
F1. I think
Is
they
that
shut
who's-
down. I think he's in NASCAR now.
it's expensive. That race is cool, and the bike race is even cooler.
The MotoGP that they do up there is super
The
cool.
bike shit's friggin' cool because every speed company's out there. Like John, you'd fucking love it, and it's fucking cool.
Now, for like
walking
$55, you can go race go-karts on Coda.
Oh, that'd be fun. Like the fast go-karts or the
Yeah,
shitty
yeah.
ones?
No, like the fast, like
It's like
gas-powered
it's having
go-karts.
fucking suck. You're like, oh, okay.
No, these are like the 55 or 60 mile an hour go-karts.
Oh, that'd be fun.
But you get to do the circuit.
Have you guys been out to Circuit of Americas?
I'm not.
We should go out there sometime.
It's legit.
I kind of don't want to because I know if I go out there and I watch one of the like MotoGP races or some shit like that,
You're
gonna
then
wanna
next
crock
week I'm
rocket
gonna
again.
start building a fucking track bike.
It's cool, and and then I did security, so we worked for I don't know who we were working for, but but then they've got all their the badass RVs, like the super luxury RVs, and they all have their parties and stuff, and nobody's watching the race. They're just out there to fucking like, you know, Mercedes has got theirs, BMW and everybody else, and all these Italian companies I've never heard of, and it's cool, but it's a lot of money.
Speaking of a lot of money in Italian cars, did you hear about the cruise ship that's burning? With
Yeah, they're just leaving it there.
all the luxury cars on it.
they're just gonna let it burn.
1,000 Porsches, Lambos, fucking
Rolls
Royces. The whole cruise ship full of exotic cars is on fire, and they're just letting it
They're
burn.
just letting it burn because there's nothing they can kind of do about it, right? Yeah.
That's an expensive one.
Hope they got the extra insurance.
It's funny to us if you're fucking Lambo sitting on that.
I'd be
one of
furious.
fucking 10 or whatever they made.
Not my problem.
Yeah.
Well,
I paid for it. This is delivery day. What the fuck's my car?
There's some wild cars coming out now.
Now, if they ever got your vehicle off of it and the vehicle's fine, it'd be cool to be like, this came off the fucking burning cruise ship.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. I don't know.
It's smoke flavored.
Although over in Dubai or whatever, there's all those abandoned supercars.
Yeah, it's all the
shit like
terrorists
that.
that fucking
Yeah, so they
flew into the Middle East and got killed and never came back to get their car.
Yep. So there's all these just abandoned supercars over there with like an inch of dust on them, just sitting around. And I guess there's some program over there where like you can go reclaim these things or whatever. But, yeah, but they all
Like file for an abandoned title.
yeah. But I guess like they live there and then they travel back home and never come back, and their supercars all just get left.
That's beyond fuck you money.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anytime you can be considered, no, I'm the 7th cousin of the royal family or whatever. It's all just, there's so much fucking money over there.
They don't know what to do with it.
That's like Saudi Arabia. They got just untold amounts of money. And like all the estimates and stuff, it's all just estimates of the value.
Yeah.
Because it's a closed country, so nobody really knows like how much they have. So it's all like, we think they have all of it, but could
All
be
of
more. Like,
How much they have? All of it.
yeah, it's obscene. Absolutely obscene.
Yep.
I just don't really live in the sandbox.
Yeah.
You're still living.
So what do you guys think of the Iranian nuclear deals? That Biden's going to try to do some more Iranian nuclear deals.
They don't
And
think
Does that involve airplane loads of cash?
it does. It's just it's the exact same thing that happened when Obama was in office, and all that money just went to fund terrorism. So, do you think it's just this perpetual state of fear that
I think
they want to keep everybody in?
I think they've shown it with COVID. Like this is, without getting into the bullshit, just like a dry run to see how they can keep people like continually fired up. I guess the like the trucker thing is kind of over after they stamped on them this weekend. They're still keeping their fucking emergency powers because why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
If you could step on the necks of everybody and you could close seize bank accounts and shit like
I
they should.
heard they seized like millions of dollars
Yeah.
in bank accounts.
It's scary, especially
Right?
for
Yeah.
guys of us who are on the other side of the fucking political spectrum from the
I found
assholes
it
who-
interesting though.
It's
I
fucking
saw a post
scary.
the other day that really didn't. It was like, how did we find the names of every single one of those truckers, but we still don't know who's in Ghislaine Maxwell's
Yeah.
book?
Right.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
Yeah, homeboy
committed suicide.
committed suicide, died in an Italian prison.
Who's this?
The pimp
Brunel.
who- He was a facilitator.
He's a modeling agent.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was also the main. Do you remember Von Dutch?
That's a fancy word for a pimp.
Yeah.
I'm a
Do you remember
I'm a
the-
modeling
They call
agent.
them. They call them.
Do you remember the brand Von Dutch?
Yeah.
All those trucker hats and all that kind of
You
shit.
watched the documentary, didn't you?
Fuck yeah, I watched that. But I also knew about this before that. But Brunel, the fashion designer and turned fashion agent, was the guy behind the hype on Von Dutch. And then he was a modeling agent, and he was the one finding all these underage girls for
All the people.
all the peoples. And now all of a sudden he was arrested. He was supposed to go to court and give testimony, and he's died.
Of course. Yeah.
Committed suicide in his prison cell.
Yeah. Well, it's easy.
Got suicided.
Like,
There must be a book they hand out in prison.
on how to commit suicide when you're under crazy watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guards obviously take a couple of hours off here and there. Fucking.
Apparently, I need to be a security guard at a max security prison because it is apparently the easiest shit in the world.
Naps.
Yeah, it's just naps and
taking money to allow people to suicide themselves.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around. No, but for guys who do, like what you guys do and stuff, it's just you shut your mouth off now. Now they're gonna fucking seize a bank account because you don't fucking agree with the current administration.
Right.
Like, fuck, come on.
I'm glad they don't listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
Let's go,
I
Brandon.
mean, they can have my $46, but still.
Yeah.
come and take it. Fucking-
That's a couple gallons of gas, guy.
Just a couple.
Yeah. Small tank on that car.
Did y'all see all the Canadians trolling everybody? They were just carrying around empty gas cans
Oh, really?
through the streets. That everybody had 2 gas cans each, like the big ones, completely empty.
Yeah, so
but no
I
one
guess-
said anything about it.
So I guess, and that came from, so they weren't allowing all these truckers to buy fuel. So all of the supporters were coming out and dropping gas cans.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, if you have a gas can, the way they, I guess, wrote it was that if you were providing fuel to the convoy,
You could be arrested.
you could be arrested.
Yeah.
So they did it to where like half the people showed up with fuel in their cans and half of them showed up with just empty cans. So it was like, you're going to have to search every motherfucker here to figure out who's got fuel and who doesn't. And it was kind of that whole like, you can't catch us all kind of situation.
Well, apparently our neighbors to the north, I mean, everybody thinks they're nice. The cops haven't been nice. They like fucking fucking hot horse cop fucking.
Yeah, the Mounties have been dicks.
Well,
like
it's interesting to
Mounties
see
are
how
dicks.
fast, like, the quote unquote nicest country that always says sorry turns into a fucking draconian regime.
Yeah.
You know? Like, overnight, they were just like, you know what? Fuck it.
well, they are British and French.
Yeah.
Well, the Canadian, like the Quebec, like Quebec and like like those people are douches.
Oh, the
Like,
Quebecois are assholes.
Yeah. I mean, it's a different, and they are all sort of in a lot of the different municipalities are starting to like cut back on their vaccine mandates and they're friggin' this, that, and the other thing. So it's having some effect. But Jesus Christ, the government came down and friggin' just like, I mean,
That prime minister that 18 months ago everybody loved because he was like,
he's a
everybody likes him and he's super
Muppet.
friendly and da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, wow, these policies are awful,
Yeah.
All his
awful
heroes are
dictatorish
fucking
there, buddy.
all his heroes are fucking dictators. So he was a douche. His old man was a douche. They tried to fucking not live up to their responsibilities during the Cold War, and that was like not going to happen. We had to fucking like his father was a douche, but
Yeah. I mean,
He
it's
was
all well and
a
good to
lot
complain
smarter
about these
than-
politicians, but the fact of the matter is that we keep fucking putting them in office. Like, all these countries with these fucking leaders, it's not these came to power through war leaders anymore. Like, these motherfuckers are elected in. And
Yeah.
it's like,
I mean, they
What the fuck?
definitely had enough ballots with the right vote on it to win, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Could you,
Vote early and
sure,
vote
pal,
often.
can you fix that for me? Bud?
I got you, buddy.
Vote early, vote often. Yeah. So it's I don't know. Part of me like really wants this big like pendulum shift. Like I just wanted it all to swing the other fucking direction for a while, and then another part of me is like, did we just get some sense of normal? Like I don't even give a fuck what side anymore. Just normal. Just something towards the middle. Like I don't.
Like the 19, I don't know,
Can I get
the
something?
late 70s.
Yeah, can I get something 70s, 80s? Like either side.
I don't even want
care.
to go back then. I want to go to September 12th, 2001.
When everybody, yes,
That's it.
yeah.
Because it wasn't even that long
When
ago.
there was just a country love.
yeah,
I'll
everyone
take
was
that.
like, you know what? Fuck it. Like,
That's because we all had a common enemy. We all wanted to kill the same person.
Yeah.
yeah.
Now
And
we
it-
all just
and it
want
was
to hate each
outside
other.
of our country, not inside of our country.
I don't get it.
And really, to be perfectly honest with you, I'd rather be talking about anything else but politics.
Oh, yeah.
Only because I'm a kind of like a political junkie. I'd rather talk about bullshit than this.
Yeah.
And
It's just gotten
the Ukrainians.
old.
It's like it's
It's just gotten old at this
It's
point.
just boring. Like, let's talk about cars. Let's talk about fucking because
Speaking
gas
of-
is fucking $5. a
Actually,
fucking
speaking
gallon.
of interesting cars, did you see this? You might have seen it because you're on some of the same car stuff that I'm on. This dude got a brand new from factory S291 Shelby delivered. It's a one-off.
Really?
And it's a brand new, but it's the S291 body. So it's the one from like the mid to late 90s, the curvy,
Oh, really?
the after the Fox body, but before the new gen.
How fucking much did that dude have to spend?
And I was like, what the fuck? Like,
It's not what I would have picked.
and I guess it was some sort of weird fluke where it had been ordered and it was like never got delivered or something. And somehow this guy got it. It's like this weird lost in the shuffle kind of situation. And this guy isn't like the original purchaser, but now he has it. And it's the only one that there is. And it's an honest to God, true like Shelby Customs S291.
Huh.
And it's like the only one there is. And I was like, what the hell? Like, so this thing showed up and remember we were at the bar talking about how it's like 25 years to be able to get vintage plates.
Right.
Brand new.
This thing's brand new and you can put vintage plates on it, but it's a Shelby. Like it's an honest to God Shelby.
Imagine being the guy on the production line. You're just stamping the same shit like you normally do all day long, and all of a sudden you're like, what the fuck?
Imagine that thing rolling through and then you're just like, what the? But and everybody was calling him. I was like, this is bullshit. It's just a sticker pack or whatever. And he started opening the car up and was like showing all the frame stamps and like the plates and everything that says it's a Shelby and the window sticker that only says Shelby on it. Doesn't say Mustang anywhere on it. And like, it was wild. I was like,
If you're going to do it, have a one-off that nobody else has. I mean, there's a lot out there. I don't know. Like if we had gobs of money, we've talked about this before. I don't know.
John was showing me the DeLorean is coming back.
In Texas.
It's going to be electric though.
it's going to be in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that guy.
I'd rather have an electric DeLorean than
Straight
a
up.
Tesla.
Yeah.
No, if I had to go electric, that would be the car to have though.
Fuck yeah.
Well, it
All
depends
I
on
know
what it
is
looks like.
if I go get an electric DeLorean and there's not a little flux capacitor
It has
plaque
to be.
between
It
the
has
seats
to
that
be.
lights up and glows, I'm
Honestly,
going to be
the
pissed.
Cybertruck looks a lot like a DeLorean.
It looks like the DeLorean in the same way that the 50 cent at the halftime looks like 50 cents.
Yeah, just a little bit more small.
$1.50.
It's like if you asked like a 4-year-old to draw a picture of a DeLorean with a crayon, it would be the Cybertruck.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I hate the way that looks. But
The
the new
Cybertruck-
DeLoreans,
I want to see one in person
The
before I make my
Cybertruck straight up
judgment.
looks like somebody was like, hey, draw 2020, but it's 1980.
Okay.
it's all looks like a wedge with wheels on it.
It looks like it's straight out of Blade Runner.
The paint jobs you can do on that, like imagine doing like an old school like fighter with like the shark fin or the shark mouth on the front because it comes like in a note, to a
And
point.
then like all the rivet.
Yep.
Yeah,
the
but
rivets in
even
there.
then, like, you're talking about like the Mustang?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Mustang was like way prettier than the
It's way
Cybertruck
prettier.
is. Like, I don't know. That Cybertruck. What cracked me up was like the windows are bulletproof, and then they threw the ball bearing at it and it shattered. And Elon was like,
Try it again. Did the other one. Fuck.
I don't know. That's one of those. And I'm sure in a wind tunnel it probably makes total sense, but because a triangle makes sense in a wind tunnel, but
It just looks silly.
you
I
know,
wouldn't buy one. There's not a lot right now that I'm like, ooh, like that thing.
almost every new car that I was hype about when it was a concept, and then the production that came out, I was like, what the fuck happened? Like the new Supra
The Jeep Grand Wagoneer.
is sexy.
Is
I'm
sexy
sorry, but it's
as
sexy as fuck.
I haven't seen it.
The interior
Oh
is
my
fucking amazing.
God.
Yeah.
Dude, like quilted leather, and
They have like the
it's
passenger has
beautiful.
a screen.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
Like, I mean, it's
Yeah.
they
It's
got a
about
lot of
time
cool
somebody
features
did
on it.
that.
it's beautiful. It's not that bad for the
What's
price.
it?
It's
Looks
probably
like-
125. For
Yeah,
a loaded one.
well, right now because of availability, sticker on it I think is like 89,000.
For the base one, it's
Yeah.
125 for a loaded one.
But still, I mean, it kind of turns into like, would you buy like an Escalade or would you buy that Wagoneer?
The Wagoneer.
I'd buy that
all day.
Wagoneer all fucking day. Like that Wagoneer is sexy.
Word of advice to people who are ordering new vehicles or buying new vehicles: order it and wait,
Just wait the 6 or 8 weeks it's
Even
going
the
to take to
dealers
get
are
your
saying
car.
that.
because you don't get a markup.
Or 6 to 8 months.
Either way.
Either way.
Did you ever get your email?
No.
Yeah. So I called you and was asking about that because you guys have a Maverick on order.
Yeah.
And my dad,
Jesus, that thing still hasn't come in.
my dad ordered a Maverick too, and he got an email with a production date
Okay.
that said but it's not till like April 19th. And he ordered that bitch in September. It was like, it's not even going to
You
the
guys ordered before September though, right?
Yeah, we ordered in like July.
Yeah.
I think.
But all the cars that have come out, man, like the Supra,
Yeah.
when the concept video came out for the Supra, and I was like, badass, this is awesome. Then it showed up and it was like, is it just me or does that look just like a fucking Miata?
I kind of was digging. I saw a Supra the other day and it looked pretty good.
It's not bad, but it's fucking tiny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's like
small,
Miata
yeah.
sized. And I'm like, the Supra, when it went away, was actually a good sized car.
Yeah. They
Like-
look good too.
And it looked good. Like, it was a really pretty car, had that epic 2JZ engine in it. Like, it was a hell of a car. Then this new one is tiny. And I was like, and it's like got a turbo 2-liter in it. So they went from
Yeah.
that ridiculous engine to, look, it's
It's
fuel efficient. It's like,
It's
fuck?
already going to sound ricey as fuck. Now you're going to make it really fucking like.
yeah. Well, the Supra, when it went away, that thing was a monster.
Yeah.
Like, when you stood next
Yeah.
to that thing, it was
They were
It was
nice.
angry.
Yeah, it was nice. So all the new stuff that's coming out, man. Like, I don't mind your wide body. That one's good.
Yeah, but it's
just-
there's those are going. I mean,
But it's
2
also
more years are going away.
But the thing is well, and then that Super Bowl commercial from GM made me really nervous. When everything in the commercial was electric.
Yeah.
Dude, they're 3% of the market. Like, we're going to go from 3% of the market to half the market is going to be EVs. Bullshit. Like, I just don't know how they're going to do it. They keep saying infrastructure, like to
How though? I don't understand.
Where are you gonna
I'm not
put-
seeing the infrastructure install.
literally. I mean, I'm sure the only electrical things I know of are in San Marcos. Like right now at the thing.
No,
you can
like
go
the HEBs and stuff around here have them.
have them.
I'll know when electric vehicles are a legitimate thing when Buc-ee's starts putting charging stations in.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
They're like, oh fuck, it's
Yeah.
coming.
If EVs are the death of Buc-ee's, I will be pissed.
But it's situations like
But unless they
it's
can make those
situations like
back,
Dallas and back.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't have done it.
yeah.
Like what are you gonna?
Are you gonna
You
pull
stop
over for
halfway
45
and
minutes?
charge.
It's like, so go to Dallas and back. It has to be an overnight trip now.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be, because you need 8 hours to charge your vehicle to get
No,
back
they
home.
have the quick charge. And I think
but it
it's
apparently-
like
they
They
40
get you
minutes,
20.
something like that.
Yeah, get you like.
But it only gets you like
Well, it's still
20%.
40 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. It only gets you like
Yeah.
20 or
Yeah.
25%.
I think we're talking out of our ass on this.
I have no idea. I don't have an electric vehicle.
So,
But you're not gonna be able to go cross country. You're not gonna be able to do what you did.
No.
yeah, with your boy.
Yeah.
Or pull a trailer, especially. Like,
Yeah, and they're
And that's
trying
what
to-
they haven't solved. And they're supposed to be working on these electric semi trucks and shit that are
They
supposed
have
to.
them in Europe.
they could do a semi truck because they're big enough to have a lot of battery. But if you just want a pickup truck that can pull something, you don't have the real estate for the
Yeah.
batteries. Yeah.
Well, like Ford's releasing the Lightning,
yeah.
the all electric,
and those are sold out. Like they you can't get one.
That just bothers me, anyways. The Lightning was a sport truck.
Yeah, but what
a
else?
gas
What else
guzzling
do you?
sport
What else
truck.
do you call it? It's better than the Mach E,
What they
or
should
the
have
Mustang
done
Mach E.
is they should have discontinued the Edge, and when they released the Mustang
Yeah.
Mach E, that should have been the new Edge.
Yeah.
It should have been an electric crossover SUV.
Or just come up with a new name. You fucking retards.
Don't call it a Mustang.
Don't call it a Mustang.
Yeah.
I saw one on the road the other day.
Because you'll never see a Mach E do a fucking half-ass burnout and bury it into a tree in a fucking rally. I mean,
Yeah, but the size of that
gotta
thing, you could take
gotta
out
leave
twice as many people.
You got to leave that legacy for Mustang.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, here's the other thing too. Guys aren't gonna be able to tinker. Like guys who buy those cars, they like to go in and start fucking with the computers. They like start fucking with the engine. They still like to do those things.
No, man, you can change your horn.
You're not gonna be able to get into the front. You're like, I'm not messing with this engine. I don't even know where the engine is. You know, so no.
There's one on each wheel.
Yeah,
And they're
It's called a
motors.
motor.
fucking awful, awful.
That's one of my favorite arguments to watch happen. Like, I don't give two shits. But when somebody gets into an argument with somebody else and the difference between an engine and a motor,
Yeah.
and like, oh, I just put a new motor in my truck. Well, what size batteries do you use? Like, what? We go, it's only a motor if it's electric.
Yeah, it's like the,
Like, fuck you, dude.
it's like the Clip magazine thing.
yeah,
Who gives a fuck?
right?
You're gonna die on that hill. You don't have a lot going on in your life.
Oh,
Well, that argument gets played to death.
Yeah.
Like this guy's a fucking retard anyway. For just insinuating that we need to have like gun control, blah blah blah. The fact that he doesn't know terminology, what did you think he was? He's
Yeah.
going to have
Yeah.
this thing shoots 4,000.
what state is that where they're putting firearm safety back in schools. What fucking state is doing that? So I was listening on the news the other day, and they were talking about this.
It's got to be Wyoming.
And they're putting firearm
Dakotas,
safety
something.
back into the curriculum in schools.
Well, I know there's some schools in Texas that have brought back their airsoft teams
And
I saw that
or the
too.
air
That's-
rifle
yeah.
shooting teams and
but
stuff. And
the point that they were making was don't teach kids how to be safer on firearms. Instead, they need to focus on safe storage of firearms so they can't access them. And it's like, who the fuck have you talked to gain actual knowledge about this? Because
I don't
like
understand that.
it's just like drugs. I'm going to try to keep them away from you as hard as I can.
So this is like
to draw.
I don't need to go through driver's ed because if my parents just keep the car in the garage, I don't have to worry about it.
Exactly. That's it. That's essentially the same fucking thought process behind it. Like
right,
Scott
you
used to say in the
don't go in the garage.
take away the curiosity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like my kids, like they grew up around guns. And I could have guns laying around my house, and they looked at it like it was a fucking fork. They didn't give a shit because I let them play with whatever they wanted.
Justin and I were the same way growing up. They were so common. Like they were just it was so normal to have them around, but at a very young age, we were also taught that like, hey, the business end of this is fucking dangerous, and this is how to properly handle and
Right.
treat this weapon. You could have benefited from a lot of this.
Scott's boys were in here
But that was
today.
coming.
Scott's boys were in here today doing work, and one of the things they were doing was moving all the firearms into the arms room. And
Yeah, there was probably no fingers in the trigger well. Like there was
it
probably
was actually pretty funny because so the Colt was sitting there, and they're like, "Oh, we haven't seen this finish yet." So I opened, made sure it was clear, and showed it to them. And they were correcting each other on firearm safety, and I'm like, "This is fucking.
That's
awesome.
how it should be.
I'm like, "This is awesome." Yeah.
I mean, even when I was in high school and stuff like that, back in the day when you let your kids alone. Ooh. But I had a job and I played sports and I was a full-time student and all that kind of stuff. And we were living in Pennsylvania. My grandmother lived in Virginia. So there was weekends that my dad and his wife would go down to Virginia to help my grandmother with stuff. Well, I had work and games and stuff, so I stayed home. And it wasn't like, don't touch anything or whatever. It was like, here's where this handgun is. You know how to properly clear and make it clear and use that weapon, right? Yes. Okay. Well, here's where this one is. And it was like, so if you're home and alone, here's where everything is. Like, let's make sure that your safety is where it's supposed to be.
The one
and it's
thing
like,
where I think I failed my children is weapons maintenance. Because I probably need to hire a tutor to teach them that because
you have to know how to clean a weapon before you can teach other people how
I
to
know
clean
how
a
to
weapon.
do it. I think it's a perishable skill though.
It has something to do with this rod and a swab and
Speaking of kids nowadays, I saw this Facebook post, and this person was bitching about their
with
neighbor.
enough CLP, any weapon will fire.
Right? This person was bitching about their neighbor, and they were like, "Yeah, my neighbor, the kids have been home every day this week for a couple hours without them. Should I say something to them or should I call?"
It was like a 12-year-old.
Yeah, or should I say something to them or should I call child services? And like that was it. And then the comments were great because the comments were like, maybe you should contact the parents before and blah, blah, blah. And then the one comment that I fucking absolutely loved was, why don't you stop being a douchebag and be a good fucking neighbor and be like, hey, if your kids need anything, tell them to come knock on my door and I'll make sure that they're safe while you guys aren't home.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the comment you liked the best was the guy that said when he was 12, he had a full-time job. And
Well, that too.
Right?
But like, don't be a douchebag to your fucking neighbors.
Dude, at 12,
Don't be a fucking Karen and rat out your fucking
at
neighbors.
12, I
Instead,
was
be
home alone
helpful.
and watching my little brother.
Yeah.
I was responsible for me and one that was way
At
smaller.
12, he was home alone watching his older brother.
See, that's knowing your older brother. I totally believe that.
By the way, John, that was Missouri that passed the law to bring back firearm safety, and it's being instilled in first grade.
That's awesome.
See, it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm going to tell Madison that she knows to teach firearm safety. She's a first grade teacher. She's like, fuck you.
My thing is like, it doesn't even mean that kid's going to grow up necessarily be a gun person, but at least they'll be fucking safe around it.
Take
like,
curiosity away.
Yeah.
I mean, people, you read those articles and the guy's like, oh, some fucking San Francisco or whatever. And he's like, scared of the weapon. He wouldn't be fucking scared of the weapon if he just had it in fucking first grade.
Yeah.
People are mortally afraid of a piece of chunk of metal.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a chunk of metal. Your car is way more dangerous.
Yeah.
It kills more people every year.
Yeah. Your bathtub is more dangerous.
There are more people killed with hammers in the United States
Yeah.
than firearms.
Yeah.
I've never gone through a hammer safety class.
No, no. So, no, it's just what it's just the world we're living in. And
I'm sure you guys have done it, but you ever taken like a unfamiliar anti-gun person to the range that finally agreed to go shoot?
Yes, a reporter actually.
And they
that's
get about 3 rounds in, and they're like, "Oh," and it's like, yeah, it's not bad. Like it's
like what?
I took a reporter and her cameraman to the range. They were doing a story. It was during some anti-gun bullshit when I had owned the gun store. So they did a story, and I'm like, well, whatever. Have you guys ever? They came to the store, did a little interview. I'm like, have you ever shot any guns? And I had machine guns and shit. They're like, no. Like, well, let's just go to the range, and you guys can continue your story.
Yeah.
I'm letting them shoot all my machine guns and shit, and they're filming each other with their iPhones, shooting machine guns.
Hammering it.
And that bitch went through like $500 worth of P90 ammo. But they had a great time, and the story came out.
Yeah, it was a good article.
it came out pretty good. So
it's like anything, man. It's like it's weird or it's stupid or it's scary or whatever, and then you go try it, and then it's like, oh,
Yeah.
this isn't that bad.
Yeah.
It's like jumping on the planes. We were talking with the landowner of the ranch we were at, and he's deathly afraid of heights, so he doesn't want to jump out of planes. And I was like, well, that's not really, I mean, I can understand that, but that's not really how it works. Well, I don't want to have that weightlessness feeling. Well, that doesn't really happen unless you're jumping from a static,
right.
Look, what do you mean? How does that work? Well, you have forward movement and you jump out of the plane at 100-something miles an hour. And so you transfer forward momentum to downward momentum and you're still moving. Like, yeah. Oh, here's Mikey. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
You're on the podcast.
Yeah, I figured. I figured when I saw Justin's 1 hour text. You guys were 1 hour in, so I was like, hey.
How you doing?
Good time. I'm good, man. I'm good. I made it happily to Palatka, Florida. Good old fucking... it's still here. It's still weird. But yeah, man, good. I did ground school today for skydive training, and I passed that shit with flying colors, so...
Did you jump today or not?
No, I jumped yesterday. I got a static line in yesterday. I did a 3,000-foot jump yesterday, which was pretty good. Everything went great. And then some current.
Well,
and
obviously,
then,
we're still talking to him.
Yeah. Went skydiving, didn't die.
No lawn dart. Yeah.
Yeah, went skydiving, didn't die. No, I got to do that. I think I'm doing that the first thing. I'm going to the tunnel tomorrow or Thursday, and then I think I'll probably finally actually skydive fucking Friday, I think. How are you guys doing?
If he
How's
lawn
the
darts,
show?
I'm taking a scar.
Okay. So Jazz claimed
Jazz
your
is
scar.
claiming stuff.
Yeah, that's probably fun.
If you lawn dart, he gets your scar.
Yeah, I mean, you might have to ask Haley about that. She likes that one.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
He said she'll be fine.
Christ.
Yeah, probably. She'll probably be fine. So how's the show, boys?
It's there.
It's
Yeah,
Mediocre.
It's like low key today, man.
mediocre at best.
Yeah.
We never promised them anything else, man.
No.
By the way, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Carter, who we signed his ruck case for, shared it on his Instagram story.
Nice.
And I replied to it as Freedom Friends. And I said, sorry, it's not my best dick drawing I've ever done. So I'll try to do better for everybody out there listening. If you really, really want us degenerates, and we still have no idea why you would, but if you do want us to sign your shit, I'll try to do better with my dick drawings, promise.
Justin, redact that. We don't have time for that shit.
But I'm wearing my Warfighter Tobacco shirt today, and it was complimented at a restaurant. They were like, "Oh, I love their sticks." And I was like,
Nice.
"Oh, I'll make sure to tell them." And they kind of looked at me weird. And I was like, "Don't worry about it." So, I just wanted to call and say hi, boys. Let y'all know that Florida's still here. It's still the dick of America, and yeah, I'll see you guys here in a couple weeks.
Sounds good, brother. Have fun down there.
man.
All right, boys.
So yeah,
Later.
So even when he's not here, he's here.
yeah,
That's pretty cool.
he's much better at that than I am.
When I'm talking,
When I'm not here,
You're
I'm not here.
Yeah. Yeah, we called you a couple of when I was filling in, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm going to dinner." Like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
And it's like, "Well, that's Scott." Like, "Hey, everybody say hi to Scott." Like, "Yeah, I gotta go."
Sorry.
No, it's, it's kind of, doing business.
I mean, it's a Monday night in Palaca, Florida. There really isn't much going on.
But there's not even football. There's nothing.
Yeah. You just watch the crackheads walking around. That's about it.
Well, it's Florida.
Yeah. Anyways, normally what are we drinking? What are we smoking?
Yeah.
Booze and cigars.
Yeah.
Cigars, yeah.
Basil Hayden. Warfighter tobacco.
Courtesy of Jim.
Got us a little housewarming.
Jim
Yeah.
brought
It's a house
basil
warming.
for
It's
everybody.
fucking delicious.
It really goes down really easily. That's a
Yeah, it's
problem.
nice.
It's kind of a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. For Monday night,
So,
President's Day.
Jazz, you want to hit him with the sponsors and sign off on this motherfucker?
I fucking do that.
Yeah.
It's my first one. Sorry, guys.
That's
Brought
also
to you by Warfighter Tobacco.
Hit up warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO for 15% off your order. If you go hit up owellness.us for all your CBD needs, you can rub that shit on yourself and feel better about either who you are or just what you are. And use the code FreedomFriends25 for quarter off your order over there. I believe you can still go hit up our friends at Grill Your Ass Off and use the code FF15.
Yes, sir.
Get 15% off your order over there. Jim, fucking thanks for coming to hang out today, buddy.
Yeah, pal.
We love you. I don't know why, but we do.
In like a non-gay.
No,
Totally
No, in a
yeah.
totally gay,
Totally gay way.
fucking
Like
incredibly homosexual
sexual
way.
way, whatever you got, buddy.
Yeah.
Whatever. As long as I'm on top.
Anyways, I'm gonna raise my glass. Say thank you to you boys for being my freedom friends.
Yeah, pal. Gents.
And you know what? Thank you to Justin for putting up with our bullshit week after week. We fucking appreciate you, buddy.
And putting up the podcast.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Though.
I've just become numb to it now. It's just
It's like butt sex.
He's like a
Pretty
fucking
much,
cable
yeah.
dog. Look at all the cable. He's fucking got it all squared away.
also
So impressed.
I sent Mikey while he was on the phone. I sent Mikey a picture of it and he was talking shit. So once we're done with this, I'm gonna talk mad shit back. So
Yeah, there you go.
I wish we could set up like a mock studio and like cover the real one so he can't see it. So when he gets back, we're like,
we just need to hang up a giant green screen and we can have whatever fucking studio.
Recording on the beach.
very true.
Death Star. The beach.
The bridge.
Mikey just needs his own table. Like,
Just a kid's table. Just
Bombed out Baltimore in the background.
On Michael Phelps's start like line up at the pool. He's like Michael Phelps, and then Mikey's just sitting there in a chair.
I will happily lie to him and just put Michael Phelps next to him and
There
then
you
let
go.
him find out when it goes live.
That's perfect.
That's perfect.
It's perfect. In the meantime, tell your mom,
tell your friends.
tell your mom's friends that there's a mediocre podcast out there that needs their support. And if you're listening to this and haven't left us a review, go fucking do that because we've written reviews for a while and they were awesome.
You have to leave a 5-star, but you can write any negative shit you want.
Oh, 100%. Leave a 5-star, but then just rip us apart.
Yes, please.
That'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially Jim. Because he takes criticism extremely well.
Fuck you. Fuck you, mother.
See?
It just depends. There's not a lot of news going on today.
If we get enough Jim reviews, we'll bring him back on and read them all to him on air.
Yes. Light Jim up
Angry
in those
Jim
reviews.
reviews. That'd be amazing.
I'm only good with what I have to work with. There's nothing going on today. I'm not on.
Is
I'm
that
sorry.
what it is?
No, actually, you know what it is? Is I tried this new CBD shit and
You're just mellow as fuck.
I took way. I had to keep having the doses. It's like sleep aid. It's not your old man's because that's where I apparently need to go. Holy fuck! I still haven't been able to dial this shit in, and I'm taking like that much.
Fuck, dude.
So I was like in a fucking haze going to the gym today.
Well,
It was
go to
awful.
O Wellness and use code Freedom
that's
Friends.
what-
That's where I gotta
sketchy
go
as
because the
fuck.
shit I got was like crack.
This shit's actually.
It
Yeah,
works.
wellness and stuff is easy to use.
Yeah.
So-
This wasn't.
Anyways, 3 little things to remember as you go about your life. Johnny?
Smoke on.
Scotty?
Drink on.
And
Kick us
freedom
off, buddy.
the fuck on.
There you
There it
go.
is.
Talk to you guys later.